Hi, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business again, and today we're talking about a very specific topic called what real estate market are you in? People are always asking me, what type of market is this? What currently are we in? Do we see any changes in the market? And what I want to talk to you today about is I want to talk to you today about what type of real estate stages and markets that we've been in over the last 20 years that you're going to be able to really identify with and understand. So when you get out there and you start looking to purchase a home, you can identify what kind of a market you're in. For instance, let's talk about a seller's market for a second. When you're looking at a seller's market, here's how you can identify the seller's market. When you have less properties on the market and you have more people looking for homes, and you're having homes that are getting multiple offers on homes, you're seeing prices of values increase. You're looking at sellers getting what they're asking for their asking price. That's often what you're going to see is a seller's market. When you're looking at a buyer's market, here's where you're going to understand is if you have an abundance of properties and less buyers, that means you have more properties that are in the market that are being sold to less people actually looking for homes. The good thing about this kind of a market is this: you have more choices. You don't have to rush. You're not having to compete with many other people out there when you're looking at a buyer's market because you're not having to take what's available out there because it's only things selling. When you're looking at another cycle called a real estate boom, when you look at a real estate boom, you can identify what a real estate boom because you're going to start seeing the values of home increase significantly in a very short period of time. And it can be either in months or years. And a perfect example is what happened from 2005 to 2007, where real estate in certain parts of the United States was increasing 30, 31%, 28% every single year. Problem with that is when you're looking at property values going up that high, you're not seeing people's pay going up that much. Now, when you see a real estate bubble, here's where you can see when the values of homes have increased, and then all of a sudden you start seeing values decrease. And that's oftentimes where you start seeing property values start coming down significantly. That way you're going to be able to know whether or not values were actually inflated too much. Now, here's what you want to know. People often say, Keith, how do I know whether or not to wait to find out if prices are going to come down, or do I think values are going to come down, or do I think interest rates are going to come down? Let me just tell you what kind of a market we're in today's market. The truth is, values of homes are less than what they've ever been. You've got interest rates that are historically low. You've got incentives for people to be able to purchase homes, and you've got a lot more properties to look at. So you're not having to do a take it or leave it approach. So if you're looking to find out a little bit more about this and understanding more about how this works, feel free to give us a call. This is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, talking to you today about your real estate market.